Hey, insert name here. I'm just going to get straight to the point. If you have any of your own, feel free to share them, but I'm not going to make a fourth one. This premise was stretched thin by part 2 lol. Your game plan is to walk backwards and wait for your opponent to mess up, which works way more times than it should. If you ever get up close, you spam the 3-2 string up until the point where people started figuring out they can evade the second punch of the string by just ducking. You began RS for any kind of buffs, and you either don't care much that Guoliang is Scorpion now or deeply dislike it and beg for Hanzo to return every day. Either you think Sub-Zero is good actually, or are honest to yourself. Either way, your loyalty to him is supreme. You will stand by him no matter what, no matter how much shit you get. You will main him. You play like Bihan, think like Bihan, talk like Bihan, and would get a bun like Bihan if you were hot enough to pull it off. Either you suck at phase cancelling, and pull it off once every 20 attempts, or can do it consistently, and do it 30 times in a row until your opponent gets enough meter to armor his way out of it. No in between. You're torn between which is more attractive, Reptile's human form, or his lizard form, and your happiness when he got buffed can only be rivaled by your happiness when you first played through the story mode, and the words Chapter 7, Reptile appeared on screen. You try to do that water portal thingy plus overhead thing every single chance you get. You don't care how many times your opponent blocks it. Also you liked MK11 Rain better, but to be honest, who doesn't? Dominic, you don't always do down back 4 when in the air, but when you do it the one damn time I'm not up blocking, though you would be willing to give that up, as well as your firstborn, just as long as NRS gives Liam actually decent pallets. If there are 2 things on this planet Earth that you love, it's your armor launcher, and the screams and whines of people who complain about your armored launcher. You're either super easy to deal with or the biggest, most annoying piece of shit to fight ever, no in between. You think backshots are hilarious, driving your opponents hyper paranoid for when you're gonna grab is fun, and think it's so cool that this character pretty much has his very own Sento stats. Too bad I'll never actually get the chance to do anything cool with it. You spam plus moves, sing international love to yourself anytime you hit Johnny's fatal blow, and if anyone is most likely to forget you even have a cameo most of the time, it's you. You're gonna spend a quarter of the match in the air, 1 quarter taking away half the opponent's health, and 1 half getting 2 combos dealt to you and watching your health bar disappear. The game could remove every single move you have, except for forward 4-3, and your back throw, and you would probably be fine. You celebrated when you saw that Baraka for what felt like the first time ever was seen as top tier. You cling on to those memories every day as you do 20 hit combos for 350 damage, or you just use Striker now. Most of the match you're backing up waiting for you to get close enough to do that forward fan stabby thing. If you're not doing that, you're zoning. Oh, and if you've watched the last 2 videos you were probably annoyed I didn't acknowledge Katana at all before. Half of you are the most ravenous of MK Twitter stans who posts random screen caps of Milena in gameplay or cutscenes and go absolutely insane. The other half are the most normal straight men in existence. Both of you want Milena's MK9 costume back and think her season sucked balls. The same thing I said about Milena, minus the season part. You either zone constantly, or mix up constantly. Of course there's the rare, uses the command gravity grab, but those are once in a blue moon. You couldn't care less about the meta and just want to have fun. Some buffs certainly wouldn't hurt though. For being such a shit-ass character, your combos have the ability to instill such a rage into your opponents that is hard to describe. And by opponents I mean me. Seriously, it feels like your combos go on forever. You either play like you have a single brain cell, or mix up constantly like Reiko. NRS definitely didn't do that on purpose, but let's pretend like they did. Not only are you annoying as hell to deal with, but also have the advantage of being so rare that anytime someone fights you, they have to relearn how to fight down you. Your gameplay is to do any move into down forward 1. Doesn't matter, once you get a combo started you could shut your eyes and slam your controller's buttons onto your desk and still get a 350 damage combo. You're a fan of the animated show. You are going to activate at least one of those stupid portals every chance you get, and chances are I'm gonna fall for whatever you cook up anyway. Some DLC characters aren't a big problem to deal with when they first get released, since people playing as them are still learning. This isn't one of them. You were annoying to deal with since day one. Your happiness when Ermac got a mask can only be rivaled by the sick thrill you get when you get someone with your stupid back throw. Seriously, what is up with the animation for the thing? You're just happy the 10RS stopped ignoring the 3D era. You have the creativity of a blank wall. Your pupils dilate when you see a character with an overhead in a string. Either you use him to extend your combos and set up unblockables, or extend your combos and try to set up unblockables only to either forget you can do that or fuck it up somehow. You've been using her since the beta and think air combos were the best choice NRS has made since Mortal Kombat 9. Also, I genuinely forgot to include her until the last minute and I had to shove this part in the middle of the audio file. You would be using Frost if it weren't for your undying hatred for zoning. Who needs combos when I never have to care about my moves being punishable? If it was 6 months ago I would have included you in the last one. Nowadays the few days I see one of you you're just trying to do net self-destruct setups. You want the teleportation of Kung Lao, the anti-zoning of Sub-Zero, and the pressure of Kano or Striker. You also get no bitches. You like doing jump-ins, but absolutely despise it when it happens to you. You stay far away from Combat League and have the creativity of a wall with a lot of pretty looking graffiti and art on it. I wanted to connect it to Serena's somehow. Okay, the thing I said about Kano and Striker, but you also want combos. You like command grabs and unblockables. You're a Hanzo Hasashi fanboy slash girl. Your pupils dilate even harder when you see a character with an overhead in a string. You want Jade back, and you get a sick thrill from reducing your opponent into a complete mess. Hyper paranoid for when you eventually do the Mileno overhead, which will come back any second now. Any second now. See Mileno overhead. Wait, no, they did a low. I've encountered so many damn tremors, using so many different characters, yet I still only see them use that one move where he hits the ground and sets you up for a combo for 95% of those matches. Since he isn't even out yet, I could always just retype everything I said in the last video, but I also really don't want to do that, so just watch the last one. Don't mind me just getting a 30% combo off of a grab. Well, if I can't have damage, I can at least have unblockables. Either that or you watch Mike Drolinsky. You watched that one clip on Twitter or something and jumped on the bandwagon immediately. Well, if I can't have more moves, I can at least have 1200 health. In addition to his zoning and unreal damage, you also want Liu Kang to have easy jump-ins, restuns, and anti-jump-ins. You would also give him 2000 health and do 5 times the damage per hit if you had the chance, not to mention a better jawline and taller. And also you snort a line and start playing. Remember what I said about getting a sick thrill from reducing your opponent into a paranoid mess for Chameleon? Well, this is that times a trillion. You use the easiest setup in the world and think you're better than you actually are. You want to get that one grab corner combo you saw that one time, but fell or mistimed every single damn attempt. Also, you were using Scorpion before Janet came out. Your pupils dilated 500% when you saw what Sindel could do. You're that one player I've encountered on Combat League several times now, who does nothing but jump backwards, zones, and only attacks when I get close enough in range. On the very small chance you're watching this, I'm that Sub-Zero Serena player you have encountered God knows many times. Stop playing like that. I've beaten you multiple times. Find a different playstyle for the love of God. You're either spamming Raid and Storm Cell, or jumping backwards, electric flying whenever your opponent jumps forward. Regardless, hope you choke on your dad's car keys. You mean to tell me that my favorite character not only has no options, but he also has no damage, which stings for you more than Scorpion main since Havoc hasn't been playable in a Mortal Kombat game since Armageddon. You were using Scorpion before Janet came out, and you also watch Honeybee. You're still mad that they made Khan a title and didn't just keep that as his name. Armored Launcher also go better. What if I am using Sub-Zero and Gora? I get less HP and damage than with Serena. I only met 2 other players with the same team. Why the fuck would you play this team then? You're a Liang enjoyer. And that about does it for the third and final part of this series. I can't think of any more, and if you have any, feel free to share them, but don't expect me to aid them in the next video since there won't be one. I just want to thank everyone watching this one, and an extra special thanks to those who watched all of these and subscribed. I went from having 50 subscribers before making this, to having 200, which is amazing. I doubt I can keep that momentum up, but I still want to thank each and every one of you. I wanted to think of a cool twist to do at the end of the finale, but unfortunately nothing came to mind. So thank you. What about the Tekken mains? Okay, sure. What your Tekken main says about you. Note, I have yet to actually play a Tekken game, and know very little about it. You smoke crack. You are violently racist. Your name is Peter, live in Italy, and love the Beatles. You're an edgelord. You're an even bigger edgelord. You're an edgelord, but you also like DILFs. You like DILFs, but you'd rather they not be evil. You like DILFs, but you also want them to most definitely murder you if given the chance. Your favorite music genre is dwarfcore. Either you're a furry, or you just like seeing large portions of a health bar disappear, or both. You actually liked the last season of Game of Thrones. You say you like MILFs, but in reality you just like young women with bustier proportions. He has the same name as that one dweeb from Steven Universe, so you're probably a dweeb too. You're annoyed that black characters in video games nowadays always have the same dumb haircut. Fuck all these humans, where my monster fuckers out. You're only attracted to people whose gender you can't identify. Fuck anime protagonists. You like their sidekick slash rival slash gay lover slash whatever more. Also, this is Ed Boon's favorite Tekken character, so you're also probably based. You watch Video Game Donkey. You would use Kima, but you think pandas are cuter. You wait, so Tekken just has two separate characters that are literally just bears? Damn, I need to get this game. You don't get what everyone was saying. 9/11 was totally. If you also play Mortal Kombat, you main Liu Kang. If you play Street Fighter, you main Rashid. I saw much footage with him once, and the customization he had made him look like a ninja and his powers looked like Noob Saibot. So that's cool. You think these two should make out. You like him big, you like him chunky. Your name is Dave. You live in North America and have a wife and 4 kids. All I know about this character is a clip of the Netflix show I watched on YouTube. So you also probably watched that. I don't know. All I know about this character is that she got mad about shoes in Tekken 1, which I know because of Video Gamer Donkey's video. You are currently breathing. You are currently on cocaine. Let's see, you have a person in your family with the letters O and A in either their first or last name. You experienced a very personal loss in the past 10 years. You have an allergy. If not yours, it could be someone you know or have heard of. And you also made a purchase of a game series that you like in the past 5 to 10 months. You love eating food sometimes. Alright, hope you enjoyed.